I can,
if you don't mind.
Yeah, no worries at all.
Great. Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us for today's post-race play press conference featuring Tshepo Moreki. We will look to take one question at a time. Who would like to start us off?
I'll start.
Yeah, and if you'll introduce yourself as well. If you...
I'm Andrew from New Zealand TV and New Zealand Herald.
Cool.
Tell us about your day, because I mean, a wicket with your first ball against cricket must be a real thrill, but a day of attrition as well against Williamson and Ravindra, so take us through that.
Yeah, no, it started off really well. Yeah, I was nervous this morning, but yeah, it was good to get off to a flying start, but we knew it was going to be difficult. They're a good batting lineup, experienced, they've played a lot of cricket together. So for us, we knew we were going to have to stick in there, toil. And yeah, we did create a couple of chances that went down, but that happens sometimes in cricket. But yeah, I thought we stuck at it quite nicely, and we were able to create pressure in moments, and hopefully we can do more of the same tomorrow.
What will you look to change, or how will you look to...
Yeah, no, it's having just come off the field, I haven't given it much thought yet. But yeah, I just think it's one of those wickets where there's very little pace in it. So I think it's you're gonna have to look to create opportunities through creating pressure, trying to get that run rate back down to 2.5, 2.6 maybe, and trying to create a chance that way. Earlier on, Rwanda Swat, I thought T-balled nicely, and he was able to create pressure and create that chance with Kane playing coming down the wicket and playing that shot over cover. So I think it's more of that, more of just being patient, old school, old-fashioned Test cricket.
Andrew from Stuff. At T, the run rate was only 2.4. You know, did you feel those first two sessions, even when you got the wickets, you'd still done a good job of containing them?
I thought so. I think they scored 65 runs in the first 2 hours, 60 in the second session. Yeah, I thought we created a lot of pressure. I thought we were really, really good. The lengths we had, I thought were really good today. And obviously, the more you get it on this wicket, I think the easier it becomes. Tough to start, I think. Tough to hit through the line initially. And so once I think they got in and they got the pace of the wicket, I think it was a little bit easier for them. The softness of the ball, the pace of the wicket. So all of those things, I think, play a massive part. And obviously the run rate then went up to about 3s to end the day off, which is sort of to be expected when the conditions get easier. But yeah, I thought all in all it was a pretty good day. We would have probably taken that rate, would like maybe a couple more wickets, but yeah, it wasn't to be.
You mentioned a few nerves, there's 6 of you who are on debut this morning. How do you think that first night's sleep and then waking up for your second day of Test cricket, knowing the challenge in front of you is going to be like?
Yeah, I think day 2 will be, easier emotionally. I think we're in the game now, and the live bullets are flying. So now it's just about playing cricket. I think we've all played enough games of first-class cricket to be able to find a way on that surface to try and stop the scoring or trying to create more opportunities and stuff. But yeah, I think tomorrow will be a little bit easier for us. A few sore bodies, but nothing we can't deal with.
Ian Anderson from Stuff.
Cool.
When Neil won the toss and decided to bowl, was he expecting a lot of assistance early from that wicket, or maybe just for the first hour or so and try and nab out what you could then and then realise that it was going to become that sort of grind that it was from then on?
I think, obviously, not a lot of us have played here, so we weren't sure. You see a pretty even covering of grass, quite a lot of it. We thought, if you get more balls than not in the right area, first hour and a half, sort of try to create a lot of chances that way. We could try to get into their middle order pretty early with a pretty fresh ball on a day 1 wicket. Obviously, we didn't take as many wickets as we'd liked. But yeah, I think Neil, we felt it was going to do a bit this morning, and we knew it would end up being a bit of a grind, and I thought we stuck at it pretty well, all things considered. So yeah, pretty happy, I think, on balance.
So you applied those pressure and created a chance and so missed that chance. Is that sort of emblematic of how tough Test cricket is? For example, if you had taken that chance, then that day would have gone pretty well for you, possibly.
For sure. I think it's one of those things, it's a few guys on, like you said, on debut and all that sort of stuff. So also with the wind as well, blowing that way, it's not an easy catching ground, very, very blue skies. So obviously you want to take all the chances you get. But yeah, I think I think it was a couple of tough-ish chances that go down, and we aren't too hard on anybody in the team, so we'll come again tomorrow and do it all over again.